harvesting oregano. We're going to find out today where to cut it so that the plant will keep on growing quite strongly for you. And we're going to talk about weight. How much does the fresh product translate to when we dehydrate this stuff? How much oregano are you going to have to grow to get that little bottle of oregano that you want for cooking? Let's talk about it. When you're cutting oregano, you can see each set of leaves has an extra secondary set of leaves. If you snip it just above that point, these secondary leaves on the plant will start growing new tops and grow back up higher. So when I'm cutting these, I don't cut all the way down to the bottom of the plant. I find one of those secondary sets of leaves and I cut just above that. All right, we have a zeroed out scale. Let's see what we got, folks. 86 grams of oregano. Before I throw these in the dehydrator, I am going to remove any leaves with bug damage. Because I choose not to use pesticides on my crops, I do have to accept that I'm going to get a certain amount of bug damage on occasion. And when that happens, we just remove it, no big deal. Now, some of the sprigs come out perfect with no damage at all, and some sustain a little bit, but that's just one of the consequences of choosing not to use pesticides on your crops. All right, in the end, we got 3 full trays here and about that many leaves that had to be taken off because of bug damage. I'll just go throw those in the compost pile. Overall, a pretty good haul. Hey, have you liked and subscribed? You should do that. Just, push the button. The little dingly bell, the thumbs up. That'd be cool. That's about 4 hours at roughly 115 degrees. So I'm just clearing the leaves from the stems. The stems are a little bit chewy, and you probably don't want them in your spices. I have here an empty spice jar. This is just one that I am reusing from the grocery store and put my own label on it. So then you'll be able to see just how much the dehydrated oregano will fill up here in this little spice jar. Even though I am trying to be more self-sufficient in my spices, I still do buy some at the grocery store because there's some things I'm not ever going to be able to grow in my climate. things like vanilla and cinnamon or cocoa. So for the spices that I can't grow here, I still buy those, and then I tend to buy the spice that has the nicest jar, and then I just repurpose them for my own use. So if you are hoping to garden or become more self-sufficient, or you're prepping, or whatever your motivation is for gardening, if you're already going to be buying spices anyway, start saving the jars. Buy the nice glass ones because they're easy to wash, and then you can reuse those for when you are growing your own spice. And there we have it. That is from all 3 dehydrator trays. This is the full amount. Let's go ahead and weigh it and see what we got. Gonna wait for that to be zeroed out. As a reminder, we started with 86 grams. So let's see what this is dried. 6. We have 6 grams of finished product. There it is, folks, from that big bundle of oregano, little less than half a spice jar full. All ready to go for home use. Final thoughts. When you're thinking about being self-sufficient in something like spices, you need to think about the fact that you're still using them while you're preserving them. So for example, I might have that little half jar right now, but in order to have enough for a year, I'm probably going to have to get about 3 of those spice jars worth of oregano, because first of all, I'm using oregano now. I will be using it at the end of the harvest and throughout winter. So in order for me to have enough before the following season, I'm probably going to need something like probably a pint jar of oregano, maybe a half pint. We'll see. We made the mistake of thinking that 1 little spice jar was going to be enough for us when we were harvesting basil last year, and we failed to take into account that we would use that basil all the way up until the basil had finished growing, and so by the time we got to winter, we ran out of basil by February. So this year we're going to be harvesting a lot more. So just that's something to think about when you're harvesting your own, is you want to think about the fact that you're still using it right now. So if you want to store more for later, you're going to have to do extra. I hope you enjoyed the program today, and I'll see you next time. See this cat over here? That's not my cat, but he kind of is my cat now. Hey, McFluffers. Yeah. Hey, buddy. I'm trying to film. He showed up at our doorstep hungry. Hungry and confused, likely abandoned. We dubbed him McFluffers, and he hangs out with us now. He's our outdoor cat. Oh, buddy. Yeah.